Background on how that worked? Yeah. Basically what happened is I prepared for 16 years, and in 2003 I got to represent my country. I'm from Canada. Any Canadians in the room? I didn't think so.
Got one across the street.
Anyways, I got to represent our country, and did all the training and the dietary stuff and everything that you get to do. It's an intense process. And got to compete at the Mr. Universe contest. Now here's what happened in 2003. This is before I was introduced to the water. After the Mr. Universe contest, I gained 42 pounds of fat and water in 11 weeks. Okay, don't try that at home. And I consulted. How is this possible that I could have the best trainer in the world? I could have 16 years of preparation. I'm following the strictest regimen. I'm training 4.5 hours a day. How could something like this happen? And I ran into an individual by the name of Dr. Michael O'Brien, and he said, well, it's very simple, Wade. You've just managed to get to 75 in half the time.
Wow.
Okay, because what happened is the oxidative stress that I had done to my body from all the training that I had done, from the dietary practices and the deprivation of water dehydration and that sort of thing, had an effect on my body, turning my chemistry dehydrated and acidic. And I said, well, what do I need to do? He said, you need to switch to an alkaline diet. You need to take $1,500 worth of enzymes, probiotics, vitamins, and minerals. And when I mean an alkaline diet, I mean no cooked food. Okay? No,
raw.
A completely raw diet. And I said, okay, that's what I did. I retired from my sport. I did that. I rebuilt my health. And I started teaching other people about those things. They're all wonderful things, and I still go around the world and consult on those matters. However, in 2007, someone brought me to a room very much like this, showed me a demonstration, looked very much like this. I sat there very much like this, right? And I was like, I've been studying water for 10 years, and so what happened was I took the water and I drank it. And during the course of that demonstration, I drank about a gallon of water. I was drinking it, I was like, this tastes different, this feels different, and I'm pretty tuned into my body from all the training and you kind of tune into the sport that I was in. And I felt different, so I was like, I'm going to go do some research. Well, the first thing I did is, like every morning, I got up and went to the gym. Now, when I went to the gym, I know how many sets I can do, I know how many reps I can do, I know how fast I can recover. I've been doing this my whole life. All of a sudden, I noticed a massive, can you say that all? Massive. A massive shift in my ability. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. How could I change this much in one night? So I went back to the demonstration again. Only I had 2 jugs of about 2.5 gallons each. And I reasoned this. I said, if I got that much results on 1 gallon of water, I'm about 200 pounds. I'm 75% water. That's 150 pounds. What happened if I completely change the water? If you're going to change the oil in your car, do you change 1 quart or you change the whole thing?
That's right.
Well, I looked at my body, and I understood enough about water that I said, I want to change all the water in my whole body and see what happens. So I did that in about 4 days. Well, here's what happened. I dropped about 4% body fat. That's unheard of. In the best dieting conditions ever, 1 to 2% a week. That's all you could lose. I didn't change my diet. I wasn't on a diet. I wasn't doing anything else. I just changed that. The other thing is, my strength and my endurance shot up so much, I was literally shocked with it. And what I did from there is I said, after 4 days, I said, well, if I can do this in this period of time, I reason I can compress 4 months of training and go back into the national championships again after a 4-year retirement. And that's what I did. I set up upon to put it to a personal test. Now, not everybody is an athlete. Not everybody has to do this. But for me, that's what I needed for my results. Because I knew if I could do it in this environment, you can't fake a gold medal. You can't fake a first place. You can't fake how much you live. You can't.
No placebo there?
There's no placebo effect. You can either do it or you don't. And the cool thing was I was able to embark on a training program that would have killed me. The water was a big component in allowing me to recover faster, train harder, train longer, more frequently. And when you can do that as an athlete, you can produce better results. And after 3 weeks, I came back, won a national championship, and got to go to the Worlds again. And that was really exciting. The best part was, as I went to the Worlds, I didn't have to do all the dehydration tactics that everyone does. I didn't feel like crap like everybody does. In fact, I was with Team Canada, and they were all dragging their butts around, like all the bodybuilders, kind of out of it as the contest approaches. I'm walking around drinking my water, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just drinking my water. Like, people went crazy that I was doing this. And so after that, and keep in mind, I did also about 3 months of due diligence. I mean, I looked at the history of water, where it came from, checked out, you know, how it was developed originally in Russia, and then came to Japan, and what it was used for, and who were making all these different units, and who was making the claims, and what naturopathic doctors said, and what medical doctors. I mean, I went through and tore this thing apart because I'm a consultant for a number of executives and companies around the world, and I need to make choices and decisions that are based on facts, not on hype, not on my own personal experience. And what I came to the conclusion was there is this water, this machine produces the best substance I've known, the healthiest substance I've known. In fact, it's the simplest, fastest, easiest, most cost-effective way to change the health of everybody in this room and everybody you know. And it's probably the best preventative maintenance substance you can possibly put in your body. And the great thing is you can make unlimited qualities. I predicted back then, I wrote a little book called Hydration, Performance, and Recovery. It's called a different name of that, but they had to change the name of it, but that's what the book is today. And I predicted that this water would be trickled down into the major sports in about 5 years, and by 10 years, every single athletic organization, department, and sports team would have this. And here's why. It is a distinct advantage as an athlete. No question about it. You put two athletes exactly the same, one's on this water, one isn't, the one that's on the water is going to do better. So that's one thing. But when you get to the general population, which is where my passion is, and teaching people about you know, health and vitality, it is an absolutely essential component. And the best part is, it's so easy. All you have to do is go to the tap, drink a glass, do the hydration protocol that we suggest, and I'll tell you it will change your life. I want to thank you very much for being here, and if you have any particular questions, I'll be sticking around for a little bit, and come on up and you can ask me some specifics.
Thank you, Wade.
Great, Wade. Thanks, man.
Quickly, let me introduce you to one more person. He's in the room. He's been a long time friend of our family, but he's here today. He's going to change your life if you'll give him his attention. But without any further ado, let me introduce you to Mr. Bill Power.